So I finished my finals, I finished my semester, and I asked myself, well, what do I do now? I mean, I know I'm staying here all summer. I'm going to be working at the theater, I'm going to be, staying at my fraternity house and doing all kinds of various film projects and such. But before all that, there's kind of a moment where you have to pause. So for me, that break is always going home. I looked at Gannon and I was like, oh, it's the perfect distance away from home. It's 3.5 hours from me, and it's close enough that if I had to go back for an emergency, I'd be able to. So I was under the impression that I probably wouldn't be going home that often. But there's a nice thing that happens when you leave to go to college. Home becomes kind of this mecca of sorts. You have to go back there every once in a while to remind yourself, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Because it's the place where you grew up. I mean, obviously, it formed something that made you come here and do this or do that. So it's nice every once in a while to just go back and kind of get in touch with, where you came from, who you are. Just bring yourself together. My personal plan is always just go home, don't tell anyone, have dinner with your family, hang out with your pets. I just got a dog, so I like to hang out with her. But, and then, just tell people as you're going along, it's like, hey, I'm in town for a little bit, if you're not doing anything. I mean, you will have those cases where people are like, oh, I made plans, I wish you would have told me sooner, but, it's not the last time you're coming home. You have to go home, you have to relax, you have to get in touch with where you came from and why you want to be here. I mean, even if it's just as simple as going back and seeing your mother or your father or, a really good friend, it's what you need to do to kind of ground yourself. And I think it's one of the most important things you learn, especially in your sophomore year, because your freshman year, you're still trying to get away, but your sophomore year, I really learned that, it's good to go home. Anyway, I'm Keefer, and as always, I am the movie.